Hello, hello. Yesterday's video, which I filmed 1 minute ago, was on what to do when you feel overwhelmed with emotion that you don't want to be feeling right then. Okay? So reminder, it's not a fight or flight situation. It's not when there's danger around, but it's when you feel like you should be able to be calm, but things feel too much. We're overwhelmed, we're full of anxiety, might be experiencing depression, if you're stuck in grief, any of that. It's going to be a short meditation for coming into the present moment. Okay? So let's get started. And you can find any comfortable seat. You can lay down. Kimba's on cue. She's looking for her seat. And just keep your eyes open for this meditation. You don't need to look at me, although you can. But we're going to keep our eyes open in the beginning just to, Kimba found her seat. Just to pull us into the exact moment and start to notice our surroundings. So let's start with sight, because it'll be a little bit difficult to calm down, and that'll be good practice. So we're having our seat. Start looking around and noticing what is around you. If you're in your house, you might notice anything from the color of books around you to the grains on a leaf if you have plants by you, the handle of your tea mug if you're drinking coffee or tea. Notice anything in as specific detail as you can. Don't dart around the room. Just notice like one or two things and really draw your focus onto them. So for example, I am focusing on the little camera lenses on my phone, the sizes of them. Oh, good. Kimba just laid on me again. So notice something that you can focus on, and then notice another detail about that thing that you haven't noticed before. Don't worry about your breath. Breathe normal. And if your brain is distracting you and you're like, oh God, this is weird, I don't know what to do, like, is this a meditation? I'm thinking a lot of things. It's okay. We're starting with a harder one, and that's okay. Just wherever you are is perfect. Don't worry how your brain is doing. Don't worry what's going on in your mind. Focus on your one thing. Notice a detail about it. And notice another detail about it. What color is it? What texture? How large is it? Is there anything about it that you've never noticed before? And then notice a different object, whether you're outside or in your home, hopefully not driving, but anywhere you are, notice something else. So now I'm looking at a shell. It can really be anything at all. And noticing the texture, the color. What do you think it's used for outside of its obvious use? What do you think the vibration of it is? The energy? What energy does it hold? How does it make you feel to be around this object? Do you need this object? Is it something that you love? Something you're just now realizing you might want to declutter? And then one more thing. If you have any live plants around you, whether you're indoors or outdoors, notice something about the plant. Anything else going on around you, anything physical. And then shifting from physical to more energetic and I guess invisible, but noticing the air quality around you. Is there a breeze from being outside or from a fan going? Does the air feel stuffy? There's no good, bad, right or wrong. We're just noticing. In this exact moment, what are we noticing about our environment? And then start to close your eyes. Or look down at the tip of your nose if closing your eyes makes you a little bit uneasy. No worries. Just look at the tip of your nose. And then noticing again the air quality. What's the temperature of it? What does it smell like? How What does it feel to take a really deep breath in of this air and a deep breath out? Are you able to move your shoulders, relax them down, and feel them shift through the air? With our eyes closed, aware of the temperature, quality of the air, are there any sounds around you happening in this exact moment? And then staying with the exact moment. So maybe if a car passed, it passed. What's now? And then the new now. And then the new now. And then finally, feeling your seat, your butt bones. How are you sitting? How does it feel? In this exact moment, how are your hips feeling? Your ankles. Have you thought about your ankles today? They're very important. They help move us so much. Feet and ankles are so important, but we don't really give them a lot of thought. But they're with us. They're literally with us every moment, everywhere we go, being so helpful. So let's give a moment to your ankles and your feet. Notice how they feel. Remember, there's not a good, bad, right, or wrong, just aware. Breath in, breath out. And then if you need a mantra or anchor, if you've gone through the 5-day course, you know you're welcome to use the word one. But if not, or you're not familiar with how to use that word, you can just repeat in your mind, I'm right here. I'm right here, right now. What does it feel like to be right here, right now? And often the anchor, and you'll learn this in the 5-day course when you go through it, it helps us draw inward. So that if we do have an array of thoughts, pictures, dialogue, whatever, we know first that's okay, it's that stress leaving your body. But then the more often we do this, it retrains, that stress goes, and then we start to come into this really deep, what I like to call the void. It just really feels like you're really drawing in. And so you're not so much your body as you are just like who you are at your core, your soul essence. And so this is really the place where we can detach from our emotions then, because we just draw into really the core of who you are, because we aren't our emotions. We experience our emotions. And sometimes we feel like we are our emotions, definitely, because we experience it so tightly. So now we're kind of like unbraiding, unwinding, loosening those ties to the emotions and coming back to the core of who you are. Right here, right now. Not in a fight or flight situation. We're safe. Right here, right now. What does it feel like to be fully present right here, right now? Breath in, breath out. What would it feel like to be so present in every moment that we are able to unbraid, untie, however you want to picture? You can even picture like a machete, chopping cords to the emotions that are no longer serving us. Sounds cliche, but in honesty, our emotions serve us for a purpose. Whether it's to hold on to a belief that our brain thinks keeps us safe, or it's to get out of a fight or flight situation, or for whatever reason, our emotions serve a purpose. Even to teach us a really not so fun lesson. It's a purpose. But often our bodies hold on. Our bodies are so intelligent, but sometimes sometimes we hold on to the emotions a little longer than we need. And so we need to just tell it, it's safe to let this go now. What would it feel like to be so present in the moment that you feel safe to let go of an emotion you're no longer needing? And sit with that for a moment and see if any emotion bubbles up. Whether you get overwhelmed with a little bit of sadness, or you get frustrated, or even if you're annoyed at this meditation, take that as a sign that there's some annoyance, whether it's towards me, that's okay, or towards something else coming up and out. Feel it. And when you do feel it present around your body or in your body, have that deep breath in, open up your mouth, breathe out, sigh to clear it, and then come back to your exact moment. What are you feeling now? Keep breathing. Be here, right now. Right here, right now. Noticing if your mind is getting more quiet. Imagine from your tailbone, so you can imagine this line going down your spine, and imagine there was this anchor, this root going down into the earth. When we start to look at the science behind it and the energy, the earth, it's like a big magnet. Since we're electrical, this is when we start to talk about grounding or walking barefoot or sitting on the earth, can be really healing. But in actuality, what we envision in our mind will create in our reality. So even if you're up on the 14th story of a building right now, still, imagine an anchor, a rope, a root, a line, however your brain wants to picture it, an anchor pulling and anchoring you to the earth. So you feel heavier, more solid from the waist down. And just the intention that we're connecting with the earth will give that sense of grounding, which will help dissipate a lot of that anxiety and again bring us into the moment. The more we can clear these emotions, the more we naturally fall into the moment, because then what else is there? And if you feel like you have a lot of emotions, great, you're human, so don't feel like you need to get to this place where you're just automatically anchored in. It'll ebb and flow throughout your life. That's good. That's what we're here for, right? Probably be a boring ride otherwise. So wherever you are, know that you would not be here at this exact moment with this exact video if you weren't experiencing it exactly as you're meant to be. It's not the intention for this video. It wouldn't find you. So however you are, it's perfect. As much as you're anchored down through the ground, aware of all that's around you in this exact moment, can you also, in this exact moment, take a breath in and lift from the heart, from the crown of your head, and imagine a line, a rope, an anchor going straight up towards the sky. You can picture it reaching up to a star, whatever your view of heaven is, clouds, Father, sky, Spirit, universe, God, whatever is comfortable to you. Imagine this lift, this support line. And then see if your shoulders and your chest actually get a little lighter. So we have help in the moment. We're here now on earth, aware of all that's around us, but at the same time feeling that lift, length, and a little sense of ease with the support from above. closing, wiggling those beloved ankles, your feet, your hands. Take a stretch if you want to. Around your shoulders, and taking time to set an intention for the rest of your day or your evening if you're watching this at night. And my intention is to try to keep this present moment awareness, every moment that you experience, being so in the moment, so aware with the conversations going on, noticing what's around you. Kimba's noticing some people walking up to us, but just being so into your present moment all day long. I wish you peace, a very pleasant, lovely, in-the-moment day. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to. I'll be doing this every day. And feel free to message me, email me, comment if there's any certain meditations you want to do.